Strike out. Strike out. Strike out. Strike out. Strike out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DM Gaming podcast, live stream, whatever you want to call it. Welcome. I want to start today off, y'all, by pointing your attention to the NHL 18 trailer. Very small tidbit, but what grabbed my eye about this trailer was, did you notice the mouthpiece was in his mouth? Did you notice the mouthpiece? And did you notice that he had it hanging out of his mouth? A lot of people in Madden 18 are calling for mouthpieces to make a return. Could we see this? Because let's be real, EA, one thing that y'all said that y'all wanted to do with putting all the games on the Frostbite engine is so that the teams could collaborate with each other and pull ideas and things of that nature from each other. Well, here's your opportunity. Now, to the meat and potatoes. What we're really here to talk about today, y'all, is something that I feel really needs to be improved in Madden 18. And that is the ability for the quarterbacks to scramble. And the reason I'm taking up a live podcast to do this is because it's a very near and dear subject to my heart. And it plays, this issue that we have in Madden right now is such a major issue that has stemmed from Madden 2004. But I digress. So, ring the bell. Class is in session. EA, Rex, Clint. Let's look at this for a second. Okay. Now, I didn't create Michael Vick. Playing in the game with a guy like Michael Vick, Cam Newton, RG3, Johnny Manziel, any quarterback that's able to scramble. Whenever you as the player drop back in the pocket and you decide, you see a hole open up in front of you, and it's like the heavens open up because, oh my gosh, I have a running lane and I have a scrambling quarterback. But you hold the up button. You hold the buttons necessary for the quarterback to take out sprinting. However, he doesn't take out sprinting. There is a major delay. What does the quarterback do? He takes 2 shuffle steps forward before he ever takes out running. So by the time that he does start running, the hole either closes up or the running lane that he had has defenders in it now. So the potentially awesome gain that the quarterback would have had running the ball becomes little next to none. Now, I understand when Michael Vick got into Madden that he was a literal game breaker. I noticed that RG3, Cam Newton, were literally dominant in their running the ball from the quarterback position. I understand that EA, you probably looked at this and said, you know what? We don't want this to affect Madden Ultimate Team. Because let's be real. That's what it's about. It's about, you don't want that to affect Ultimate Team championships. Somebody playing or getting a good quarterback on their team and essentially breaking the game. But I want to be real here for a second. Because let's okay, did Mike Vick break the game? Yes and no. Now, yeah, you set out to make a realistic football game, correct? Correct. You set out to give us what we see on Sundays, correct? Correct. So correct me if I'm wrong, but the same way that Michael Vick dominated the Madden football game, did he not do that on Sundays as well? The same way that Michael Vick in real life NFL was a pain to deal with on Sundays, was it not the same way in the game? The same way that teams struggle to plan for Michael Vick, calm down. The same way that teams struggle to play against Michael Vick in real life was the same way that it happened in the game. My point in saying this, and it was the same way for RG3, and it was the same way for Cam Newton. So why nerf that ability for scrambling quarterbacks in Madden when in real life it was the exact same thing? Back up. Back up. Back up. Oh. Please stop with the photographs. Okay. So, do you get what I'm saying? If you want the game to be realistic, you can't nerf the ability of a quarterback to scramble, because by the way that 17 behaves for scrambling quarterbacks, it's atrocious. Because you basically, if I'm on defense and I have a quarterback, I'm playing against a quarterback who can run the football very well, like a Cam Newton or RG3. And in real life and in previous Madden games, I have to plan for that. I have to put a linebacker on the spy to keep him from running the football. But in Madden 17, I have nothing to worry about. Why? Because by the time that quarterback decides to run, he's going to take 2 idiotic shuffle steps before he ever takes out running. Problem number 1. Problem number 2, shots fired. Problem number 2 is once that quarterback runs, and I did an experiment. If you go check out the live stream from today, I did an experiment. I put Michael Vick's speed up to 99. I put his acceleration up to 99. And you want to know what happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. But it gets worse. Not only was Michael Vick's speed up to 99, not only was acceleration up to 99, his stamina up to 99. I did all of this for a reason, but he would even get caught from behind by defensive linemen. How absurd is that? How unrealistic is that? The same Michael Vick that in the game against the Vikings just ran past even secondary backs. You see what I'm saying? Cam Newton setting rushing records at the quarterback position. You can't run with him in Madden 17. Now I understand why y'all did this. Like I said, y'all don't want somebody to pull a Cam Newton or a Mike Vick card and the speed is in the 90s or whatever it may be, and they just run all over the defense. But you can't take away what's realistic to real life football. The reason RG3 was so effective with the Washington Redskins was because people could not game plan. It was tough for them to game plan for the regular offense. Not much to have a quarterback who was a world-class athlete hurdler on top of that. You know, same thing with Michael Vick. Teams literally struggled to prepare not just for the Falcons offense, but for this quarterback who could run faster than their fastest player. So why is it that we get inside of Madden and it's like this is non-existent? I hate to think that it is because you didn't want somebody to pull a quarterback card of that magnitude and break the game. But this is the thing. And this is for those of y'all listening who was like, somebody needs to nerf that. That's unrealistic. It wasn't unrealistic. Everybody would even tell you, watching Michael Vick had you looking down at the controller wondering who got the stick. He was like a literal video game in real life. Same thing with RG3. Same thing with Cam Newton. Same thing with Johnny Manziel. But when you get in the game, that doesn't exist. Because I don't know, maybe y'all don't want people so-called breaking the game. But it's not fair because the same way that real life NFL teams struggle to play against those guys, it should be the same way in the video game. Now, Vic didn't win a Super Bowl. Cam didn't win, but they didn't win. RG3 went to the playoffs, but they didn't win a Super Bowl. So what does that tell you? Although those guys were electrifying and they were game-breaking in a sense, they could still be beat. So with Madden 18 being the year of the user, can we please bring back to where the quarterbacks can scramble? Because that's the style of offense that I run, man. I will sit in the pocket and I will torch you all day, but I love having a quarterback to where if a lane opens up, bam, he gone. NCAA 14 was awesome in that regard. If you had a fast quarterback, you felt like you had a fast quarterback. Look in NCAA right now. Old boy from Louisville is tearing the game up. at the quarterback position. Marcus Mariota, when he was at Oregon, tore the game up at the quarterback position. Why? Even now, a scrambling quarterback is a weapon in a spread offense. So why is it that in the game of Madden, they are non-existent? It's appalling to say the least. And EA, I'm going to have to ask you to get it together. I'm going to have to ask you to get it together, EA, because it's a problem, it's an issue, and it's affecting the way that some of us choose to play the game. You're acting like Destiny. You're acting like Bungie and them at Destiny. And what they did is, people aren't using auto rifles anymore. So let's nerf the other guns and buff auto rifles so people play the game how we want them to play the game. You can't do that to your consumer. You have to give them the tools there and let them play the game how they want to play the game, not how you want them to play the game or how you feel like they should play the game. That's not fair. That's not right. Because there's some guys that'll light it up with an Andrew Luck and a Tom Brady, but it's some guys like myself that love scrambling quarterbacks. I played quarterback in middle school, high school. I was a scrambling quarterback. I could throw, but I could run that ball. You know what I'm saying? And I have nothing to relate that to in Madden. Same thing with playing cornerback, but that's another subject for another day. We talking about the quarterback position and why y'all not showing no love to the scrambling quarterbacks. Michael Vick was elusive. Johnny Manziel was elusive. Cam Newton run you over. RG3 was elusive. These guys would break tackles that seemingly almost impossible to break, escape out of situations like that, and yet in the game, that the elusiveness already in Madden 17 is utterly despicable. It's almost non-existent to a point. Having an elusiveness in Madden means nothing because the juke moves are garbage, which I know y'all are fixing it, and I appreciate that. But some of the other stuff in the game, it does not exist. So can we please see that change in Madden 18? And Rex, I'm going to send this to you on Twitter. I'm going to tweet you. Matter of fact, let's tweet Rex right now at Rex Dixon, on EA. So we can try to get this rectified. So we can try to get this situation fixed. Because if you watch the live stream today, you will see Mike Vick, but you will not see Michael Vick. Because whenever he takes out running, you're not sitting at the edge of your seat because you already know somebody gonna catch him. You already know he ain't gonna be able to do a spin move. You already know he ain't gonna be able to juke somebody out of their cleats. Because the game has nerfed the quarterback position. Why even put scrambling or mobile quarterback if the game is gonna nerf it? Because that's not realistic to the NFL. You have scrambling quarter. Why do you think Cam Newton is so successful? He has an amazing arm. He can throw, but because of his scrambling ability, teams that play against him have to have a spy on him. So that's one less person in coverage. Come on, man. Come on, EA. But that's all I got for right now. So till next time, and God bless. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.